Okay, Richard from Sharpshooting UK here. Next is my 22LR. Obviously, hellish useful caliber, and I've had this action, which is my 1022, in various different guises over the years. I've had it in a Hogue for a window gun. I've had it as a carry gun with a adjustable cheek piece like this. I've had it in bench rest stocks, all sorts of different guises. That's one of the beauties of the 1022, is that you can configure it to what it is that you're doing at the time. At the moment, because I've got my Marlin, which is so pointable, and I'm using for the closer range quick shooting stuff and out of the window, this has become slightly more of a snipey type 1022. And I know that it's not exactly a long range caliber, but I'm using mini mags in this, which I've carefully sorted, and you can see my other videos there. And we're hitting 40mm spinners at 125 yards, that sort of thing. So if I want to shoot rabbits at and crows or whatever at a little over 100 yards, then this is what I would line up with. The Marlin is awful off a bipod because of the way the stock works, whereas this is just born for a bipod. So horses for courses. So this is the big 22LR that I own. Now, it is a custom 1022 in that this action, see the integral Picatinny on the top there, one piece action, all CNC'd, made by Rimfire Magic in the UK. This is one of the early prototypes. The only problem I've had with it in many years of hard use is that the black painting on it gradually wore off, and I've been gradually picking more bits of it off, and that is just a bad batch. They solved that problem straight away. Everything else has been absolutely great on it. It feeds well, it's accurate, it's a good chassis to start with. So and not least, this integral rail is worth having. So yeah, it's Rimfire Magic. It's got the ATI Strikeforce stock on, which I really like because of all the Picatinny rails. And as you can see, I've got my lead lenser here on the side on a quick release scope mount, and that enables me to just, when I'm holding the gun, stick my finger forward, press the button, boom. I've got all those lovely lumens. Just unlock that. There we go. So you can see that you can adjust the focus as you go. So yeah, useful stock. Useful stock for that. And of course, according to what you're doing, you can move the cheek piece in and out. So very versatile. That's one of the reasons I like it very much. I don't use the folding feature, but I do use the extendable length there because the difference between prone and standing is very significant, and being able to adjust it really helps. The rubberized pistol grip is just grand. I think it's absolutely great. This is quite heavily modified internally. You can see I've got Power Custom titanium bolt release there. I've got a polished bolt. What else? There's the Kid trigger job kit, which is under £2. Absolute bargain. Revelation, that trigger. The stock one is just intolerable, for any sort of accuracy. So yeah, Kid trigger job kit. Used to have the Power Custom and Volcourts and bits, but the Kid trigger job kit is another step forward. It really is very good. The full trigger kit, the full Kid trigger kits are 250 quid, and that's very, very expensive, and they're absolutely sublime and multi-adjustable and all that. But this is just the trigger job kit that they do, which is more like £90, £100, something like that. And I mean, a £2 trigger for £100. Wow. So that's one of the best upgrades. Got the RFD Reed Fat Dog smart lever there, which I like very much. Acts as your auto bolt release, extended mag release, all of it, all in one. So that's great. Yeah, so I use mini mags in this. Obviously it shoots subs, but there's a stigma in the UK against supersonic ammo, but I tried it, and yes, a lot of it's rubbish, but mini mags aren't. Mini mags, great little round. 40 grain hollow point is a consistent bullet. I've weighed and batched a lot of 22LR, and they're pretty consistent. So I've got them reliably hitting 40mm spinners at 125, which is has taken my range out and made it less loopy. So mini mags is what I shoot. I'm not concerned about the noise because I've got a gun that shoots subs at close range. This is for further out. So yeah, I very much stand by my decision to use mini mags in this. I've got here the interesting mod from Hush Power, the people who make the lovely moderated shotguns in the UK. It is called a Bobcat, and it's a centerfire mod, but it's very light. Very light, sort of 200, 210 grams, something like that, I think. And it's half-inch UNF, so I put it on this, and works really well. So that's a Hush Power Bobcat. This is a Green Mountain match barrel, which is with match ammo is very, very accurate. But match ammo doesn't kill cleanly, so I don't use it. But I fired some green tag through it once, and got some tiny little clover leaves at 50 yards, so I've got every confidence in this little Green Mountain barrel, absolutely. Atlas, say no more. Don't run one at the back here because, well, sometimes I do, but normally I wouldn't need a rear support on the back of this, so I don't use the AccuShot, not on this. This is a Duralite 12x50. It is a significant step up from your mid-range scopes, and they're only 600 quid new. And as you can see here, I've got little stickers on my turrets so that I can just quickly dial into the range that I might be using my mini mags to. So I've got everything covered for using this at decent ranges. What we got here on this side? Yep, torch. Zeiss is excellent, really very sharp, lovely at night. I really do rate this scope. The only thing it doesn't have over its double price Zeiss Victory brethren is the edge-to-edge sharpness is just slightly lower. There's a little bit of blurring at the edges, and I don't mean a lot, but compared to the best of the best, which are 2-3 times as much, they give slightly more field of view. They have slightly more advanced coatings, things like scratch resistance or rain guard and things like this. But optically, for the money, you are above your other scopes. Excellent things like Elite 4200s and things like that. You're above that. That's impressive, because normally to do better than that you have to spend a lot of money, a lot more than 600 quid anyway. So yeah, in the UK these Duralites are killer value, they really are. Didn't go for the IR version because I don't need it in this gun. So yeah, ATI Strike Force, heavily upgraded action. We've got your recoil buffers, we've got polished bolt, the titanium power custom spring and bolt release, the Rude Fat Dog smart lever there, ABR, everything, all the normal tricks, Then we've got a match Green Mountain barrel. We've got the lead lens M7R here, thoroughly recommended that. Atlas, Hush Power Bobcat, which is a bargain effective centerfire mod, but at a weight so light that you can use it on a rimfire. And there we go. That is the Remy. Oh, one thing of interest: I use the Alligator tri-clip to hold 3 of the 10-shot stock Ruger magazines together. I have tested the banana clips. Not only do they get in the way when you're shooting out the window and get in the way generally, but I have not found one that's flawlessly reliable. The new Ruger BX25 is pretty good. You can put 20 shots in that flawlessly, but by and large, I'd rather buy three of the normal stock mags and just turn them round quickly with the what, £12 is it, $12 alligator tri-clip. So yeah, they're thoroughly recommended.